Hello.
Okay.
How you doing, Shani Roy?
I'm good.
Great to see you here. So please, can you tell us what is your artist name?
So, I go by, my name most of the time because I am an actress, so, I want people to know my name is Shani Roy. But at the same time, my rap name is Shawn Dawn.
What kind of art do you make?
I make music, I write poems, do poetry. I started off as a spoken word artist, so I started doing poetry probably when I was in like high school or younger, and that turned into poetry turned into spoken word, which then turned into rapping. But I went to school for theater, so I also act. I feel like I have an artistic eye for direction and like different forms like creative expression, and I paint, I draw. I love art all around. So yes, you'll be seeing more of my artistry as a whole.
When was the time in your life do you realize like I got something?
I feel like, honestly, I don't know how crazy it's gonna sound, but like, I think I was like 8 years old, and like I just knew I was gonna be on TV one day. Like, I was watching High School Musical, and I was like, I know I'm gonna do something like that. And it's crazy, I just said High School Musical, but for real. And then went to college and ended up getting up on stage, and then I was just like, I know this is for me. So yeah, I knew I had something young.
What's the difference between poetry and spoken word?
I think the difference between poetry and spoken word is like, spoken word is definitely like a form of poetic expression, but poetry is something that can be for yourself. It doesn't necessarily have to be for other people. But with spoken word, I feel like that sense of like poetic expression is more so for the people. Like, you've curated it to make it for the people, for them to be able to enjoy, for them to be able to, relate to your poetry. Because a lot of people can write poetry that people can't relate to, don't understand, or it gets so poetic that it throws people kind of out of the loop, or they don't feel like they can connect with it. But spoken word is like for the people to connect with them.
Who are your artistic inspirations and why?
My artistic inspirations, that's a good question. As far as music, I love female rappers. I love how they're able to just express themselves and put themselves out there in a way that's like, okay, you already know you might get judged because you're saying these things, because you're a woman. People are going to look at you differently, but I just love when female rappers can be very much like unapologetic and being able to say their things in a poetic type way. So yeah, as far as like rap music is concerned, like I love Lauryn Hill and Nicki Minaj, and it's like I know they're so far in contrast, but I can really appreciate both of them. Like Lauryn Hill for her more like poetic side of expression, and then Nicki Minaj for being this woman who came into like the rap game like very unapologetically, and people did judge her for how she came out and the way how she looked and stuff like that, but I don't think she really cared about what people thought about her. And as far as like visual artistic expression, like I actually love John Michael Basquiat, and I like him because his artwork is like, it's unexplainable. It's something that like people gravitate towards, but it's like you can't even exactly explain why. And I want to be able to have that type of art that does that. Like, I can create something and it can be abstract to me, or it can be abstract to somebody else, but it still brings people in. They can still gravitate towards it.
So what's next for you in music and in your artistic endeavors?
What's next for me is really, I'm learning that it takes a strong foundation to push yourself as an artist. I've been on this kind of journey of trying to figure out who I am in my artistry, I would say probably since I've graduated college, like I've had more time to really figure out who is Shawn Dawn, who is Shani Roy, like, and what are the things that I want to do. So right now, I mean, I'm in the process of working with a team to try to push me forward, getting me to work with more artists, more performances, and yeah, I'm just putting myself out there, doing more podcast interviews, doing more shows, recording music, and yeah, just putting myself out there, networking with other artists who are down to work with me. I'm down to work with y'all.
Period. Well, what makes you different as an artist?
I feel like what makes me different as an artist is that I'm genuinely authentic. Like, something that nobody could ever take away from me is the way how I think, the way how I talk, the way how I move, and how I'm choosing to put positive things out there. Like, I'm where I'm at in my artistic journey is that I only want to put positive things out there, either the things that people can dance to, people can appreciate in an artistic type way, but I don't want to be putting filth out into the public, because the things that we put out there, people really absorb it, and that's a reflection of you. And I'm conscious that the mark that I leave on this world is going to be a positive one. So whether that's music, or if I do that through poetry, speaking to people, if or when I do finally get the opportunity to, you know, play roles in TV, or even write my own scripts, write my own plays. One thing that makes me different is that I'm not a one-dimensional person, that I have multiple sides to my artistic endeavors and things that I want to create. Like, there's a lot of different sides to me that I'm going to be putting out there in the world. So, yeah.
What advice would you give young Black artists to be more authentic, such as yourself, and come into their Black soul?
I feel like what really young artists need to hear right now is that don't try to be like the next person. Like, what works for that person might not work for you. And if it worked for them, but at what price? So I feel like really being true to yourself. What is it that you want for yourself, and why? Like, not just on surface level, nothing that's like shallow. Not just, oh, you want money, you want fame, you want the clothes, you want the girls, you want the guys. That fades away. So what do you really want as an artist? What impact do you really want to make? What do you want to leave behind? And are you happy doing those things? Because money comes and goes, but happiness and relationships and the impact that you have on people, those are things that last. So when you can really find that happiness, when you can really form those true bonds, relationships with people, even with your fans, like, your fans are going to look up to you because of how you made them feel. Like, you can make them feel good one day talking about, oh, getting, you know, surface level things, like things that are flashy, you know, money and clothes and stuff like that. Things that are glorified in the hip hop and entertainment world. Like, it's cool now, but what about 5 years from now when you're sad and you need some advice and you need to listen to some music that's going to feed your soul? Are you going to be looking for that music about that flashy clothes and stuff? Or are you looking for something to feed your heart, your mind, your soul? Those are the type of artists that we need right now.
Okay. Last question. What does Black soul mean to you?
Black soul, to me, is, first of all, being true to yourself. I'm Black. And that's never going to change. I can never let that go. I'm never going to be able to go anywhere in the world where they don't remind me of me being Black. So anytime I go out, I'm putting my best foot forward, regardless. And having my soul is having a heart. It's having compassion. It's having my own mindset. Being in tune with the way how I speak to people, the things that I put out in the world, that's all and totally under my control, within my free reign. And that you know, this black soul right here is going to connect with people and show them that I'm a black person and I have love in my heart and I have a story to tell. That's black soul to me.
Thank you. Now, this is your time to look at the camera and be like, whatever you want to say. I'm Shawn Dawn and black soul, black soul ain't dead.
Black soul, black soul, black soul, black soul.
I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting that. What that's the degree on.
What it do, y'all? It's your girl, Shani Roy, a.k.a. artistically and professionally known as Shawn Dawn. You can follow me on Instagram and YouTube at Shani.Royaltv and also on Instagram at actress_poet. Yes, be on the lookout for more music coming your way. You can listen to my music on SoundCloud when you search up Shawn Dawn. That's SHAWNDAWN. That's me. And just be on the lookout. You know, I got poetry, I got raps, I got music, artistic mind. You know, your girl is beautiful and blessed. And yeah, just be on the lookout for me because I'm always to the top.
So look at the camera and say, hi, I'm Shawn Dawn and black soul ain't dead. That's what we need to. That was great.
Hey, I'm Shawn Dawn and black soul ain't dead. Period.
All that was great. We just needed that too.